Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to On Track Tuesday. It is June 24th. Wow. Where is the year going? End of June already. All right. Wow. Good Friday. That's good. Thanks. How you doing, Andy? All right, who got in there first? James from Dennis Junction got in there at 4 o'clock, just before. Yeah, a little bit. Grandpa Rails, David Curley, Ronald, how you doing, Ronald? Thomas, how you doing, Thomas? We got Tammy and Ray. Hope everyone's staying cool. Yeah, boy, it's been a scorcher up here, too. You know what? Been on mid-90s every day. The last 3 or 4 days, all weekend, really. It's hot for up here. Yeah, Lynn McCurry out there waving in the desert, waving from the desert. There said it was 100, yeah. I mean, my car yesterday when we were out in the afternoon went into a store and we came back out. Now, granted, I think when the car sits in the sun, they messed with the thermometer, I'm sure, and it said 99. So either way, it's hot, and it's not a dry heat. Hey there, Wigwag. How you doing, buddy? John Schoolkill. How are you doing, sir? Temporarily saying hi to everybody. Hey, there's Wilma. Hey. Hey, Chris. It's Chris from the Tennessee River Union Railroad. Say hi to everybody. Stay caught up. The struggle was real. Time. You doing, Joe? Over here. Well, that's pretty cool, that tamper you're building. I don't know if you put anything new out on it. Saw one the other day. I've been down here just messing with stuff all day on the scene I've been working on. I don't know how good of a shot you're going to get of it. I'll eventually do an actual update where I can show the details better, but I don't know. I try to get the cameras. Yeah, 2 cameras on the scene, and we'll see. I'll show you here in a minute. Then I saw you posted, but I have not had a chance to watch them. The 2 latest videos. Yeah, I haven't been on YouTube at all today. I wasn't on yesterday either. Believe it or not, as hot as it was, the wife decided that's the day she wanted to do a bunch of yard work outside. So, we got a late start on everything this year as far as planting the flower pots and all that kind of stuff. There's everything going on with my daughter moving in and all that kind of process with that, and then honestly, the weather, it was really kind of chilly all through May, in the beginning of June, and rainy. So it really was kind of hard to really do much. So I'm just getting to 7 o'clock. Jeez, 4 minutes behind. Wesley, how are you? RDNT, how are you doing? Good evening, welcome in. There's James. He's back. Yeah, wow. I don't know what it was today, but it was damn hot. Usually I enjoy sitting out on the back patio with my coffee in the mornings, like on Tuesday and Thursday when I'm off or on the weekend. But it just, man, it's like 87 degrees when I woke up this morning. And that was like 5:30 or something like that. So, hey, Jimmy, how you doing, buddy? Hey, Mouse, what's going on? All time, man. You Sparkle? See, Woodland. 3 more work days and 2 weeks vacation. And he's been a member for 21 months. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. So you're gonna work the rest of basically the rest of the week. You got 2 weeks off. Okay. So I work this week and then I got 2 days next week. We're off Friday for the 4th of July. So it's my normal work day, so I'll be off Friday. And we're taking my daughter up to Toronto Sunday, so it's a Monday off. So I have like a 6-day stretch coming up. That's pretty good. Stuck in a train room. Well, a little cooler in the basement, anyways. Yeah, I think we're all just kind of trying to stay cool. You know what? Still waiting on paint. That's right. I forgot you said you're waiting on paint. Andy, hey, knucklehead. But I hate to complain how hot it is because it'll be snowing before we know it. That's just how quick it goes, man. I mean, look, we're halfway through the year already. The summer just officially started, like 21st or whatever. But, I'm telling you, as you know, it goes quick. So, too quick. Hey, you need deployed. Get caught up here. Hopefully, I don't miss any questions or anything. Turbo track started. Nice. I saw the one video where you're going to make a separate storage area for those. They look really cool, but they also look like a real challenge. It's really, let's say it that way. It'd be a real challenge to put on and off the track. Hey, Anthony. Good evening. 95 today. Yeah, I feel like it was somewhere in that range here too. It's supposed to go down a little bit tomorrow. Wow. Of course, we should maybe get some rain, maybe more humidity. So I don't know. We'll see. Well, as I open the door to go outside, it feels like Louisiana. It's hot. It sure is. Yeah, mine. I feel like it's been running almost constantly too. It may shut off for just a teeny bit, but if it's getting right back on, not too long, Just Colin left the like and watch back and replay. Have a great day. Okay, Lee, appreciate it, buddy. Amos, driving and listening to how does that? Yeah. Thanks for driving and listening. Appreciate that. Yeah. So what time is it there? You guys 5 hours ahead? Eastern is 6. So it's what? Midnight, 1 o'clock, right? Something like that. It's late. I'll be going to bed in another 50 minutes. You need to come here for the turbo launch for the live. Eric Wimberly. Go it there. Being This is the part I haven't really figured out yet, if I'm being honest. Like with these live streams, you think I would, all the times I've done them, I might, this is going down through and, saying hi to everybody. And, I mean, you have to do it. I mean, that's what it's all about. It's how you interact with everybody. But this seems like it takes me a half an hour to go down through with it. And then, it's okay. I guess we don't really have anything going on or show off or anything like that. Or work on live, but yeah, start you can put the ribbon for games and turbo launch. Did they ever get the bugs worked out on those things? I heard like a lot of you guys were kind of saying that things weren't running all that great with those. Oh, well, artist, good evening. Hope it was a delicious dinner. 96 in Central Virginia. Yeah, it's hot. It's midnight 15 there. 1500. All right, looks like I'm caught up. Okay, show's over. Nah. All right, let me we talked the other day. It was on my On Track Tuesday show. I don't know why that's got to come up. But I took this old Walner's gas station and decided I was going to turn it into a service station. And kind of what got me going there is a little tow truck off to the side. Now, it's a little old for modern day, but it's okay. Restored kind of thing. There's a shop here by me. He's got an old Chevy somewhere or another that he has sitting out front. Let's see. NSF CSX, Bob. How you doing? Good evening. So I've been working on this area. That's not the best picture, but I'm trying to see some of the details in there. Kind of. Like I said, I'll do a better video or something on it when I actually do my next update. There's a little bit bigger, more out like a scene there. And so there's the cement plant, and there's that road that runs in front of it. Then the bottom of the screen where it's off the screen is where my truck repair shop is. This is just an old gas station that is no longer being used as a gas station. This guy is going to be doing oil changes and tires and brakes and that kind of stuff. So that's what I did. Put down it does, yeah. It does, boy. I didn't want to cut into the plywood. I don't use foam. So it's just going to be simulated. Yeah, and then the same. They do that here. In fact, there's a shop I used to go to. I think he retired now, but almost the same looking building. Was an old, either a mobile or a golf station. I can't remember which now. Thanks, Tim. Thanks for the files, the prints. Jim gave me, like I said, some of the details are hard to see, but basically, how Walters has the details kit for the inside of the shop. Jim basically found me something similar to 3D print. So I did, and came out pretty cool. They had, had 2 lifts in there, and a bunch of, toolboxes and compressors and all that kind of stuff. So, and I put some lighting in it. You can't see when, there's people inside the office area here. There's a lady at the counter. There's a guy behind the counter. The guy may or may not be Crooked Dave standing behind the counter. I have the file for that. Right, Crooked Dave. My wife had a good idea. She said, you ought to put yourself in all these different scenes that you make. It's almost like, where's Waldo? I think that's what I'm going to go with. Kind of. So, yeah, you can kind of see underneath the car up on a lift there under an open door. There's a guy underneath there working. There's another guy underneath there. I see him from this angle. These are trash dumpsters. You see off to the left there that Jim also gave me a file for. It was a guy. You get a lot of files off of Jim. Shares a lot of stuff with me. He's a good guy. But this guy would have his hands up like that, so he's going to be arrested or what. But these dumpsters that I printed, the lids could be either open or closed or whatever off completely. I said, well, let me have them pulling the dumpster lid open, I guess. Looking in there for who knows what. A Coke machine and a cigarette machine. I'd probably put a Coke machine right there to the right of that open door, right on the curb there, probably. Or where that guy in the blue shirt standing, kind of blocked that window a little bit, but or on the side. Cigarette machine, maybe inside I can do a cigarette machine. Thanks, Matthew. Hey, Waycross. Evening. What did I miss? Anthony Borden. How you doing, Anthony? Have I missed anybody or any questions or anything? Thank you, Jim. Thank you. Yeah. So I don't usually do my parking lots and stuff with the drywall compound and that, but when I did that other scene up by the car shops, I used it, and it really does kind of ways it shrinks. It leaves those cracks. These cracks are all natural in that plaster. And instead of doing another coat to fill them in, I just left them and I did a wash of India ink on everything. And then some of the cracks I did some static cracks, and I just took a fine paintbrush, a really fine one. I did not. I didn't print the building further. That's the Walters Hell's Victory gas station or whatever it's called. So that I did not print. But all the interior details I printed. These tires out front. That was part of that file that Jim had. The stacks of 3, but then he also can't really see it. Look way to the left behind the Camaro there. There's another guy, from Jim, with his arm out, and he's just leaning basically on it. He's trying about that. Choo-choo. I did a stack down, that's 4, 5, 2, 4, maybe 6 tires. Because he had another file that was a separate file that was all singular tires. So I stacked them up at different heights. If I move this camera a little bit, I'll probably lose everything, but yeah, hopefully it didn't lose the shot. So took a bunch of the other tires and just stacked them and then made a pile out of them. And they just get thrown there by that evergreen container. That's an actual wood fence. Can't remember the name of the company that makes it. So I put that up along the edge on the back of it. See the people behind the counter. I love all the details. Yeah, Crooked Dave's behind the counter, and then there's just some random lady has her car and everything worked on apparently. Like I said, when I do my next update video, I will yeah. I didn't really mean for him to be a bum. I guess you could look at it that way, huh? Yeah. And the cool thing with these, let me grab the other one I did. When I come back to my main screen, I'll show you this dumpster. Another one in here. I think so. Nah. I'll tell you what, though, guys. I mean, that was the whole thing with the 3D printer. That was my whole desire to have one, was for this type of stuff. You know, this stuff is all that nickel and diming stuff, you know. And it costs you a fortune, you know. Floyd, are you going to put a gas pump out front? No. This is an old gas station that was converted into this muffler and brake shop, or I don't even think they're going to do mufflers, but oil changes, tires, batteries, as you see right there. Just a little repair shop. I mean, they tore the pumps out. This is the story I'm going with, you know. It was a closed down shop. And, you know, it's too small as, you know, compared to the modern shops. You gotta remember, guys, I'm modeling modern day. So like today, basically. So within the, you know, 2015, 2025, somewhere in the last, 10 years, roughly, just say. So you really don't see any of these kind of stations really anymore. They're actually putting gas out, or actually gas stations anymore. So that's the story I'm going with. No, there will not be any. Do you have any filter Pepsi machines? You know what I mean? Because that's a good idea. I thought about looking for that file too. So, well, yeah, I mean, all these things it cost money. Now, the downside of it is you gotta like the paint stuff. It's like right now I have a white resin because it was on sale and I got a good price on it, and so that's what I'm using. Now that printer that JD has, I think it's who else has that printer? What's that printer? What's your printer, JD? Man, I have no clue on YouTube, man. Can YouTube take away subscribers? And if gain a subscriber drops down, I've never been able to figure out the rhyme or reason behind YouTube and how they do that stuff. But you have ice machine too, yeah. Super machine, conversion hobby, scale super machines. Oh, cool. Thanks, by the way. Making up a breakfast train. I'm wondering if I sent over a UK equivalent grain wagon over, could you put the burger for me, please? Yeah, sure. Give it a go. Hello, Robert. Thank you. So put machine. Yes, I am. Yeah, you gotta make a living somehow, Yeah. In this heat, I'm sure it does smell. Yeah, it does. That's the one wraparound. Because who else was? I think it was Jimmy DIY man who was showing. I don't know how new it was, but I think he has that same, or he has a bamboo lab. But he actually printed out streets. I don't know if you guys watched that. He printed the streets out, and they had all the like white stripes and the yellow stripes, like printed into it. You didn't have to paint it. It was already. I guess you could do different, multiple colors and stuff. He's N scale, so it looked pretty good. I don't know, whether he chose or whether it's good or not, but I think that's really cool, man. And save, at least for some people who don't like to paint, I don't love painting. It takes a lot of time, Hey, Bud Files, how you doing? I don't mind doing it. Got to be in the mood to do it, though. So when I get in that mood, I just like grab a handful of people, figures. I just start painting and grab out like the blue I like to use for jeans and like 4, 5, 6 different colors for shirts and a couple different hair colors, black, brown, yellow. You don't have to get too detailed with it, just enough. And I have one of those stands that has the alligator clip on the little spikes, little like long toothpicks, and they stick in the holes. So you can let them dry. Just, so I'll go through, I'll clip everybody's legs, and then I'll go ahead and paint all their tops. First I usually start out painting my skin color. So, get some like lighter colors for the Caucasians, and then I'll go with a couple different shades of brown, and then I'll move to like either the pants or the shirt, that kind of stuff. But it's kind of assembly line. Let's see the scale trains is coming out with HO 1967 Seaboard Coastline. Yeah, it's been on an order, or on pre-order. I don't know when it's coming. I thought it's sometime in July. That storm over there. Damn it, Curly. Usually heads my way after it hits you. Yeah. I got mine didn't have any bells on it. Yeah. Damn, they're turning the heat on. Hello, Todd. It's kind of more of an overview shot there, but yeah. Probably like I'm thinking what a tow truck was. It would have had a set of pumps, and maybe right there, just before the doors, would have been another set of pumps, like facing the other way. What do I do with the pumps? I don't know where I'm going. So I'm thinking of putting a sign right there. Of course, I'm going to put a different name on it. I got to figure out what to print stuff out. I don't have Word anymore. You guys print signs and stuff on it. A bunch of names I want to print and signs I want to make. 7 inch round right here. There is focus, I don't know. Tool chest. Tools on top. Like I said, it's just white resin. Here's those dumpsters. But more up close so they're on focus. It even has this insert that goes in there. See it up. There's trash bags in there. Maybe just And it's pretty cool. You don't have to put them in there. I had this back one flipped over. It gets open. Come on, dummy. So these are separate. The lids are separate. Really good print. I just have the Creality one. It does a pretty good job printing. You know, I feel like I pick up all the detail and stuff pretty much. That kit had a set of shelving, bookcase, or whatever you want to call it. A bag full of Crooked Daves. I have to paint those up. I mean, just stuff like this. Can't see it in those photos, but I put electric boxes and stuff on there. It's on the back of the building. And gas meters. Let me get my tweezers out. Gas meters. Oh, I'm showing it. You can't see this stuff anyway with this camera. Oh, and then I added that window air conditioner too above the door. So some other things that came in that print. This is looks like an acetylene tank on a cart. Hard to see. It's not painted up. Yeah, just there's so much stuff. This is like a machine shop. Something on a table. Machinery. Presser. Hardest thing is to get them sized right. It does a pretty good job of getting them sized. All in all. Ordered a backdrop. That came in yesterday. Over by the engine shop and all that over there, that yard. So me and my wife's help with it just because it's 17 feet long. So ordering from Train Junkies, they recommend using double-sided tape. Sounds good to me. Yeah. It really does add to a scene. I mean, I don't know. I think it does. You don't have to go overboard. Like I always say, if you're modeling a diorama, yeah, you want everything to be as perfect as you can get it, as completely real life as you can get it, as close to it. There's some guys that just build amazing dioramas, or like Paul. For what is his layout? The New England Industrial Switch-In layout, or something. I can't think of the name of it. I think it's a guy you went and visited, Anthony. He did a couple of videos just recently on it. But, he has like an L shape, basically a switch-in layout, and he's able to get really detailed if he wants to. There's a few guys like that. Not like enough details to make it believable. I got big hands, and they're crooked as hell. Sometimes it's hard to get to the real fine details. Well, that's good. Pardon me. Oh. Thank you, Floyd. Yeah, guys, go check the meet and greet videos out. Sparkies. I'll give you all the information you need on itinerary, places to stay, all that kind of stuff. The dining car, you can get your tickets through that. I'll tell you how to go and do all that stuff. That's August 22nd, 23rd, 24th, I believe. That weekend, anyways. Thanks, JD. I still haven't even messed with that rain elevator yet. I'll get around to it. I'm gonna see where I want to put that. I don't know. I was gonna try to replace the Walder's head house that I have now with it. We'll see. I may see how it looks. I'm thinking I may put in the second one, so the second level. Just why not? We'll see. What's been up to? Most of the time trying to clean up down here a little bit. It was kind of a mess. And I was doing some scenery work around that area, and then I kind of came this way. I had some balance to fix that got kind of messed up over time. And so I fixed that. And I'm coming to tell you, static grass is a pain in the ass. It's not always fun. The shorter grass is a lot easier to use. I mean, I think the longer grass, it's really hard to get it to stand up. Oh, hey, Ray. Good evening, my friend. Hope you had a fun day out in the building. Tammy, I'm assuming it's at least somewhat temperature controlled out there, right? In the building. Otherwise, it'll be really hot out there. Especially down there in the Carolinas where you're at, it gets hot a lot. Converter and farm mill, smelling the hot oils out of the Elko engine. I'm looking forward to it. There you go. I had such a good time when we did that. The Steamtown one, and that wasn't a moving train, but it was still pretty cool. And then Trackside Mike and Vicky and me and my wife, we went and did that dinner train at Blissfield, Michigan. Last summer, July 13th. It was a Saturday. It was kind of hot like it is now. And that was like a murder mystery thing, and it was pretty fun. And that train was actually moving, so yeah, it was a good time, man. It was a real good time. Oh, well, that's good. I mean, it's hard to enjoy the hobby when you're either really cold or really hot. Like this basement, I have to close the vent down here with the air conditioning. It gets too cold. So, yeah, I looked like you were going to run it along looked like the back of the furnace. You're running it into your workroom or something. Just on a narrow, was it like 2 tracks wide? A spur. Which is pretty cool. Something like that, I have to say, I think it would be beneficial to Robert. Line Pro. Spur Central Railroad. Welcome in. Be there. Find my screen. All right, Spooner Central. I give you a wrench. With that wrench, you're in my chats. You can go and click on other channels in here. And, click over to that link and stuff like that. This is a little blue wrench. Gets you. It's about all it gets you, I guess. How's Robert doing today? Tammy, if you say you, I think we're all going to fall out. Joe's new puppy will be on its way, huh? I forgot about that. I like my joke better though. Still working. Yeah. Well, the way you said it, I don't know. If people didn't know that you have a female beagle, you know, I just stopped and think. I forgot all about that. I think that's really cool that Joe's going to get a puppy off. That's very neat. The two lovebirds, Albert and Wilbur. Wilbur will be up next week, July 1st. How in the world? We're half the year's old, man. That's crazy. It's crazy. I think it's crazy. I don't know what you guys think, but it's crazy. So that's what I've been up to. I'm, like I said, sometime here in the next maybe a couple weeks by mid-July, my hope is to do another update video. I will show a lot more close-ups on this. I'll probably be doing a little more work on it as well. Like I said, I did a little bit more scenery work. I have a lot of that stuff still out. It's always easily readily available to me, all my scenery material. Keeping it like those 3-drawer roller carts, plastic carts in the deep drawers. I just stick it all in there and I can wheel that stuff around. But it still gets, yeah, it's just a mess. I got to be in the mood to do scenery. And because it's a mess, and then I always feel like I got to clean it up because I can't stand whatever. The clutter I'm used to is okay. When I get into doing other things like that, it's extra. Then it starts to get to me. My OCD kicks in. Hey, Randall. Good evening. Yeah, right. Start buying those Christmas gifts. Oh, nice. Won't be old enough by then. How long is the pregnancy for a dog? What's the gas station with man missing the train going by? Oh man, this stinks. Sorry to hear that. Hey, Bob. Nordic Hill Station. How are you? Good to see you. See, Bob, let me get you a wrench, buddy. All right, Bob, you can get a blue wrench. Surprised you didn't already have one. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's tough. Very tough. 62 days, okay. So over 2 months. Right? Yeah. All right, Robert. We'll go back to the other picture just for Robert. Have a camera. She just came in. We're working on this little gas station or service station, Robert. So put some lights and stuff in. You know what? What's his name? Rainer? Rainer? Yeah. He did some really good videos, man. And he did these with the lights where you had the little plugins, and it really makes it so easy that I really started getting in and trying to light stuff up. And once you start getting going on that, I don't know, it's addictive a little bit. Hey, newer ham radio. How are you? Good evening. I don't know, is that an inside joke? There's a little bit. Yeah, the Camaro's in the way now, but there's a guy with a car up on a lift in there. Stacks of tires and stuff. Wish these doors opened on that evergreen container. That'd be kind of nice. Yeah, I was getting a little creative there with the static bass and stuff, you know. I missed the duck. Yeah, it must be an inside joke. I don't know what the metal says. I have to go back and look at that. So like I said, I want to train junkies for the new backdrop on the upper level on the other side with the yard, and the engine shops and all that. So hopefully I'll get that done soon. I'll have that to show. You know what, Robert? I got so many things here that are about halfway done. I get them done to a point where it looks good, but it's not really done. And then I kind of move on, and then sometimes I make it back, sometimes I don't. So so well, not a bad shot. If you guys are able to blow that up and make it full screen, you can get a little bit better shot of the details and stuff. So one more shot of this camera. In this shot, you can see the mound off to the left there behind the fence. Did a bunch of static grass on that today. So still more to do over there. I might even throw some jump, do some jump tires on that over there. Now that I can print these tires, looks pretty cool. Pretty cool. One little details makes it fun. At least I think so. Yeah. You know, I start out every year saying I'm going to try to do at least a monthly update video, and then I get behind and I don't. And then I get it in my head that, well, I don't really have anything new to show. So if you really want to see the same stuff over and over, I mean, I'll kind of review some of the stuff once I show the new stuff, but just kind of give you an oversight, for any new viewers that haven't really gotten a tour or whatever, the layout. I should do another one of those, like follow the train kind of tours, where I think it was like last year, February or March, I did that, where I started over here behind me by Mally's Chocolates and went around the first level, transversed up the climb to the second level, and then went around. Because honestly, when I went up to the second level in that video, I only had the one loop the track, one main was done. I didn't have anything else done up there. And now the second level is basically track work is basically done except for this side of the peninsula. The turnout's in, it's going to go into these industrial areas. It's going to be up on this side, the refrigeration plant, and whatever else they decide to put in there. But for the most part, everything else is up and running. I got the intermodal tracks all laid, the yard tracks are all laid. Both mains are in and up and running good. I mean, I got the town of Dutchler. Basically, it's done minus details and scenery. Kind of a concrete jungle basically up there right now. So, I mean, I've done a lot. I really could do another video. A long time. Since 1 a.m. That's a long day, Randall. A couple of trains. There's a big difference there. Big difference. There's anything wrong with either one of them. Depending on what you like. But don't mind me, smart aleck that I am. I do measure layout in part on the presence or absence of a Sasquatch. I do have a Sasquatch figure. Well, I haven't shown him in a while. I will have to make it a point to point that out on the next update video. But if you go way back, probably a good year ago when I was working on like the cornfield and the farm, that whole area there. It's kind of off in the corner, a little bit of a wooded area. It's kind of peeking out, just like this Gruder film, whatever they call that with Kennedy, where they caught him walking through the woods. But I got one of those Sasquatches for mini prints. Yes, I do have them. Sure do. That's what I got scanned back when at Amherst a couple years back, and I have the Dave figure. So you can actually buy the file for that if you have a printer from Bernard. Jeez, got his name for a minute. At least he let me buy it. I don't know. I'm assuming you can buy the file. And you can print those damn things to your heart's content. He does ask if you don't like print them out and sell them and stuff, but basically for my own use. For the channel members, I've given them all. I've given a couple guys that are members of the channel, that kind of thing. But I'm not selling them or nothing like that. But it's pretty cool, man. That's why I say I'm going to kind of use that as like a Where's Waldo thing. I find it kind of funny. And a Crooker Dave pulling this cup of coffee, staring off here or there, behind the counter, on the street, talking to whoever I got. I had to show it him. He said, I'm going to do an update video here in July. And there's a guy that I got in the one file from Jim, of course. He's a little thicker than you, Sparky. A little bit thicker than you. But he kind of stands like you. I don't have one here. Just the way he stands. He's very, tall, kind of lanky. I don't want to say lanky. You're not really lanky. But got a little bit of a beard gun on him. This one's got more of a beard gun than you. But you and I are standing outside of the hobby shop on Main Street. I'm using it as Sparky because I can't find my Sparky. I have Sparky mini prints, so I have to dig deeper. Once I find it, I'll replace that one with you. But I saw him and man, the way that guy stands looks like you. He kind of has hands in his pockets and stuff. I don't know. This made me take a man. So, yes, I do have a Sasquatch. Long story short. Larry Bowman, how are you? Just coming in. See, Larry, let me give you a wrench, buddy. Larry, you got a wrench now? Look on other channels and say hi. Oh boy, let's see. Well, yeah, see, that's same here. Same here. There's so many awesome modelers in this community. And I learned so much from just about every one of them, really. I've been in this since, what, 2017. Wasn't even on YouTube or anything yet. Yeah, I'm going to be getting out of here too, Larry. But yeah, you're always welcome in. Fourth Tuesday, I always do On Track Tuesday. I'm one of the 4 guys that do that. Every Thursday morning, I do the morning brew at 9 a.m. if you're up and about. Except for the 4th Thursday because I do the On Track Tuesday. So I just don't want to do 2 live shows in a week. Not on a regular basis. Sometimes I will still, but that Little Feat was a good band. I don't know Little Feat. I don't know that band. Next week, we got groceries, there, it's like a long day. Oh, geez. That's not good. Yeah. Yeah, try. I'm trying to think of what else I have. Got a scarecrow. I don't know if that's really whimsy, but it's in my cornfield. What else do I have? I don't think I have anything really on all that whimsical other than Scott spots. I gotta find I have a box. I put all the stuff I was buying from Mini Prints I hadn't gotten to yet. I have it somewhere. I think I have Daisy on a bicycle. What else do I have? I got a leaf blower guy, leaf blowing, a lawn mowing guy, and stuff like that. I think I got a free gift the one time and Santa Claus on the chimney. You know, how he runs those specials. Who do I have for the mini me's? I got Sparky and Heath, I think. Plumber. Me, of course. Artie. There's Artie. I gotta find all these. Jeez. Me and my buddy Anthony, Georgia Sunbelt, to get scanned. I'm gonna take up a collection for the next time he's at Timonium or wherever Bernard's going to be next. Is he going to go to Timonium in October? I definitely pitch in money. I need it. Wife would probably even let me pay for you. Too much she likes you. I don't know. I would definitely like to have my good pal. I'd like to get all the On Track Tuesday guys. That'd be kind of fun too. Robert, Wilma, me, and then I'm gonna say Tony, but it ain't Tony anymore. Did we hear from Tony? You do have the flying place. I thought about getting those. Steve Childers. Holy shit, I'm sorry, Steve. If you listen back to this, I totally blanked on your name if nobody could tell. Maybe I'll get scanned someday. Yeah, that'd be cool. I would I would definitely buy one. I'm gonna probably slide up there that weekend for that, because I could come up and come back the same day. It'd be good. It wouldn't be too expensive. So I'm trying to pool all my money together because of going over to England and all that. But I don't have any of them. I'm afraid to get those damn things because they'd be right on the edge of the layout, and I tend to knock everything off the damn edge of the layout. Guys, what, Novi? Which is up in Detroit? Yeah, I have one. I promise you I have one. I just have to find it. It's one of those things. I'm going to put all these things in the box. I'm going to put this box somewhere I'm not going to lose it. So I don't know where the box is at. I think we all have those boxes like that where we don't know where it's at. Yeah, thanks, Wilmer. You can tell I was struggling. Yeah. Yeah, I would have liked to have made it down to Timonium last month or whatever in May. Hey, Ron, how you doing, New Haven? Well, need two Sparkies that broken in two pieces. Well, that's not nice. What'd you do that for? That's why Sparky's arthritis is acting up. He's in all kinds of pieces. You keep breaking them. Bionic Sparky, right? $6 million Sparky. That's fragile. And my Sparky then posted in again. Okay, Jim, you take it easy. I'm getting out of here too. Hey, Matt. Yeah, I'm sure we'll be getting those storms over here. They're talking about maybe tomorrow sometime. Yeah. Hopefully it won't cost 6 million. I know you do. It's really cool. Yeah, probably. Oh, Bob, so official. Mr. Tedesco. Yeah, Joe, that's a cool bus, man. That is definitely a cool bus. Yeah, that cool car show. A little inappropriate. Not as inappropriate as Jim Tedesco's nudist campground or whatever. I don't remember if you ended up putting that back on this layout. I know you added it to the layout. But anyways, guys, that's what I've been doing. Like I said, I got the backdrop for over there. Once I get that in, I can start working more on that side. Again, that more finished up, more detailed. Tracks all ballasted down and stuff. I was wondering if I can ballast the tracks first. It's just one of those heavy paper backdrops. So yeah, I'll have an update hopefully on that in the next couple of weeks. Again, next Tuesday's Wilmer's turn. It's the first of the month again. It's actually the 1st of July. I will see you guys on CRE Morning Brew. Those that join me in the mornings, Thursday mornings at 9 a.m. I'll see you. The next show will be July 3rd. So not this Thursday, but next week, Thursday. And then, so if I don't talk to you guys beforehand, if I don't see you there, have a happy 4th of July. Stay safe. Don't blow no fingers off or anything. Like you said, watching my playlist on building the shit. That was a good playlist. That was fun watching it build that. just for fun. I'll do that sometimes. Like I went back and watched tear down of the old layout, and I actually went way back to the beginning, not too long. It was over the winter. I don't know, it was a shitty weekend, and I had nothing going on. I just put on from the very first video. The damn thing is the wrong way. It's sideways. I can't figure out how to, change it to make it landscape like after the fact. I don't know how to do that. I don't have that video anymore, like saved on my phone or anything to say I like and redo it and re-edit it. So it's just a really funny video, but it's my first one. But the first layout down here, I started watching those from the beginning, and it's cool. I'm glad I had those. And how do you back that up? How would you back up your YouTube stuff so if you ever got booted or whatever? I hate to lose all those videos. I don't know if you can upload all that to a hard drive somehow, like an external drive. I don't know. It'll be a question for another day, maybe. So, I don't know. Mellis, give me a wrench before you get out of here. I just noticed you don't have a wrench. So have a good night. And we'll catch you in the other streams. Yeah, it's fun to watch. And what's really cool too, like I said, in my situation where I started from the very beginning, number one, to see my video quality and how I feel it's gotten at least progressively better. It's not the top of the line, but it's way better than it was when I first started, Yeah. But then also the modeling skills. Well, I never thought they were terrible, even from the beginning. I definitely see that I have gotten better, and that part of it's the materials I use now compared to when I first started. I've slowly accumulated like more, static rest, the applicators, all the different ground foams and all that kind of stuff. Sparky. Man, it's the Italian goodbye. It's very long. So, yeah. Well, I started watching you when you had that flood, and basically, so I don't know if it was the beginning for you, but you're down in that little dungeon basement, in that little room, and doing a good job down there. But it was like nothing like the shed, man. Nothing like the shed. So now I have to go back and do that. I want to go back and watch some of you guys from the beginning. I think I'm going to make that a point. I think that would be fun to go back into like. Do you have your videos like in playlists and that, Joe? I'm Sparky, I know you do. Do you have playlists or anything, or you just all chronological? You keep all your videos on YouTube, or do you delete any of them? I think I might have deleted one video. I don't remember which one. It was that the whole layout. But yeah, good times, man. It's been fun. It's great getting to know a lot of you guys on here and in person. Got some good friends. I just remember the cows. I mean, I remember the over and under thing. Got like 100 pack, whatever the hell it was, of the Chinese cows you got from China. Which I got those too. But you got like this massive pack of cows in that field you had by that little creek or whatever. It was really cool, but it's kind of a joke for a while there. And I remember watching when you did, I think the willow tree was when you were started with this light, but I can't remember. You were in the shed already. Maybe. Or in between layers, whatever building the shed. No shit, you took over the driveway. Yeah. I remember watching you build a willow tree. That was pretty cool. Popping you trash. I remember when you set it up on the deck for fun after you tore that all out. Well, hey, I like NCE. I don't know. I know it's like, might as well argue Chevy and Ford, NCE and Digitrax, but a couple of videos have been taken down because of my 100,000 a box. And then my niece and them got to, yeah, you're trying to protect her, that's all. So, boy, she's got to be getting pretty big now, pretty grown now. And she was in a lot of your videos early on, man. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Yeah, that's why I made my channel not for kids because I do swear a little bit here and there. I'm trying not to do too much, but it happens, and you know there's a whole big thing there, and I think a lot of us went that route. We were all afraid they were going to cancel our channels and everything else. That's well before like monetization and all that kind of stuff came into play for me. I just was afraid that I don't want to lose all my videos in it. I'm grab 14. She don't want to hang out with Uncle Randall anymore making videos. Shit, she's got to be going what, into high school? At least close to that. So I must have just turned 23, man. Crazy. Crazy town. All right, Sparky, you got me for about 10 minutes there. But it's all fun, man. It's like that's the only bad thing. I have to work at 5:30 in the morning, so I can't even go too long because I have to get ready to go to bed and all that. Even though half the time I'm having to lay there awake because I'm not really tired yet. The sun's still out there shining, so yeah. Thanks, bud. Appreciate it. All right, you guys. You take care. We'll see you around. Have a happy 4th of July if I don't talk to you guys beforehand. And yeah, keep an eye out for some update videos and such. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks I'll get one up. I want to wait till I get the backdrop in. And so I'll have that to show. So go back and watch these guys' videos from the beginning. I think I want to at least catch a couple of you guys' early videos. Maybe a lot of fun. So, all right. Take care. Talk to you next time. Bye for now.